Go.
Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us here on Park Bench 14534. We are here today at One World Goods with Karin Marlet Choi in the store One World Goods. Karin, we'll be talking to you about the store, and I have some questions for you here today, if you don't mind.
Not at all.
So can you tell us, first of all, describe what One World Goods is all about?
Well, we're a not-for-profit, fair trade gift shop. I guess that would be the nice, succinct way of saying what we do.
So what does fair trade mean anyways?
Fair trade is a movement that started, 40, 50 years ago. And it's all about going into countries around the world and importing their items, and not just importing them, but forming a relationship with the artisans who work there and understanding what their needs are. A lot of countries don't have the infrastructure and social programs that we have. So in order to help them stay out of sweatshops and stay in their ancestral homes, we go in, not us personally, but other importers go in and work with those people. What do you want to do? What do you want to accomplish? What are your skills? And work from there. And so a lot of it is traditional crafts that people do, like rug knotting or block printing that are hundreds of years old. Some are more new items, but it's all dealing with the materials that you can get locally and working with the people there who are willing and interested in.
So it's kind of like a craft show that you're picking crafts up from all over the world.
Correct. Yeah, that's a good.
So what are some of those countries? What are some of the countries that you have in here?
We have about, I think it's 30 to 40 countries. So Guatemala, El Salvador, Colombia, Peru, Bolivia. We have a lot of African countries: Ghana, Kenya, South Africa, Egypt. A lot. We have, and then some countries in the east, Far East. We have Nepal, Vietnam, Thailand. My brain, but there's a lot.
Okay. I'm just curious. Do you have anything from Ethiopia?
We do sometimes. Not always, and sometimes products come and go. I believe some of our coffee is from Ethiopia.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so we have the Ethiopian coffee. We have, what other countries do we have? We've had Madagascar in the past. I'm not sure if we have anything from there now. It comes and goes,
So everything in here comes from another country?
Pretty much. There are a couple of things right here from Rochester.
Okay.
We have Happy Earth Tea, which
What
is...
about the jewelry?
The jewelry is, a lot of it's from Nepal.
Really?
Yeah, we have some from, again, I think it's Costa Rica, Ecuador, Bolivia. Yeah.
So, and of course, I've shopped here before. I've always been curious about getting unique things.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to ask while we're doing this interview, what is with the bicycle?
That is something, okay, so 10,000 Villages is a large importer. They're the largest fair trade importer in the United States. They have a big presence all over the world. And they do have product developers who go in and come up with things that people can do with the skill set that they have or the materials that they're used to working in. So sometimes they have a very developed product, and that's one of them. Can I show? Should I pick it up and show it? Okay. So yeah, it's this pizza cutter. It's got the two blades, and it's a bicycle. And bikes are popular, and so they came up with this. And this was just such a hot item this past year. This was made in India. India is one of the biggest countries we get products from.
So I actually purchased a mobile with bicycles on it in here a few years back.
Oh, that was probably from Kenya. A little wire.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Yes,
yeah.
it was. There's a storybook about collecting wires. Do you know that book? collect wires and they make little cars with it.
Mhm.
I don't know. But I look around and I see this bicycle all over the place.
Yeah, yeah.
So how did this particular store get started? Who started it?
It was started while ago. I wish I had the dates in front of me. I don't. But by a bunch of women from Webster Presbyterian Church
Okay.
a long time ago, and they started just wanting to help out, and so they brought in some products, and they would get like a kiosk in the mall at
Okay.
holiday times, and they went from church to church, I think, for a while, and like during the holidays or different times, and with baskets of stuff, and they'd lay it out and try and sell some of the stuff and help out that way, and then it just kind of grew from there, and they felt like they were doing well enough to get a store, so this first storefront was in Fairport.
Okay.
Yeah, Fairport Village Landing.
So when you're in here working, do you work, are you like manager or?
Yeah, I'm one of the managers, all the paid staff, we do have paid staff, and we're all a manager.
Okay, so tell me, is there anything that surprises you about this business or anything that?
I guess I did write something down here to try and think about that. It's a community, a community of volunteers, who are all coming together for a single goal and to help out the mission. And then it's also all the artisans. So I think that's like the more surprising thing is like we have stories of the people who make all these items. We don't
Yes.
have direct contact with them, but we do get stories to our importers who, relay those stories to us. We play them on our video monitor from all over the world.
Are they the
And so we
actual
feel-
people talking?
Yeah,
Or-
sometimes,
yeah.
some of them, and some of them, it's closed caption, or captioned because we can't understand what they're saying. So you feel like you have a connection with the person who actually made the product, and they're handmade, and so everything you touch, that someone else's hands touched with care and intention, and so I think that's.
So, is there anything that you could tell us, something that people would not know about this business here?
Well, it's hard for me because I've been in this for
Right.
so many years. It's like, this is what we are. But then we have people come in every day who don't realize that we're not for profit.
Okay.
They don't really know exactly what fair trade is. So, and then we have people come in here who's like, I've lived around the corner for 20 years. I've never seen this store before. Like, what?
So this is gonna be great for
yeah,
Park Bench
yeah,
because
yeah.
we're going to educate the people around here
Mhm.
about what fair trade is
Yeah.
and let them know that it's just not a store with pretty things.
Yeah, right.
What are the greatest challenges for the store?
Well, the last 2 years, it's been the challenge
Yeah.
that everyone's had. We do rely on a lot of volunteers who run the actual registers for the store. We train them and everything. And we're more responsible for bringing in all the products, getting it priced, deciding how much it's gonna cost, all those things. So without them, that would just be another thing that we would have to do. So, and we had about 75 volunteers pre-COVID, but then when everything shut down, and then we were closed for several months, and then we slowly started opening again, but our pool of volunteers shrunk quite a bit. So I think that was a challenge, but we also realized what we can do with the restrictions, and you get creative. It's just what you have to do.
So how do you get new volunteers?
Mostly our customers. Well,
Okay.
they'll find out and they'll say, can I be a volunteer? So that's usually how it happens.
Okay.
Sometimes we get high school students who have requirements for volunteer work,
Uh-huh.
and we'll get them in, but we make it clear that they're supposed to give a certain commitment. It's not like a month or two. So
Okay.
it's an ongoing commitment. We like someone to commit for a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a need right now for volunteers?
Any need?
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, we're still have a smaller pool of volunteers, and I think we might be starting to take applications again.
Okay. Do you have any memorable experience?
The first thing that comes to mind, and I just think that this is so sweet, I guess, we have a customer one day who came in, and she was standing at the door and her husband was, I don't know, going somewhere. She goes, she's like, see you later. I'm going to travel the world. I'll be back in an hour. And we've had a lot of customers who come in and say it's like being in a museum.
It is.
It's like, it is a short trip around the world. You get to see and touch all these products that were made in traditional ways. And here they are. They're not made in China and they're not plastic.
Great. Well, thank you so much
You're
for telling us and
Mhm.
inviting us in here today. We're going to take some pictures of
Great.
some of the great things that you have for sale here.
All right, thanks a lot.
Have a great day.
Yep.